It is revolutionary because concave convex politics, paradoxis praxis dioptria eudoxus, and then the painter as an optological universum, not concilium formula autodidact, transforms the mirror of the ambiguity, no man's land, bloodletting, blood-sucking Draculas. But conscious, Heisenberg explained that the typhoon and the Judea in a neutral play of anatomic anthropist physics. Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge. This is crucial, absolutely true, and this is the proof of the painter that imagination transforms the concave and the convex optology. Look at this as mirror. The face reflected in the concave comes to the rim of the concave mirror, and when they're put together, there's a line through it in the symmetry of the two polos, neospheres into Helios Apollo union. The other one, which is Bollinger concave, the spheres of beatific Beethoven theory of aesthetic aestheticismus, abstract scientific anatomic physics, and economic numerology, chiaroscura, obscura, camera, dioptria of modern hocus pocus, six sides of the cube, hexham, modern transformation of paradoxismus, optological praxis. Well, very evolved theory, but the Jacobin theater, this modern extortion explication by ex-KGB agents, 1993 de facto regime, turned to mafia and turned to means of parallelist economic transformation. I said very clearly, Getty, prostitution, cartel, and pornography, arms and drugs cartel, later got interested in and got involved. Of course, the logistics of because the Drashkas were arms cartel with the police, the Serbian fascist syndrome. You could see the logical qualities of the manifestation of the three-faced Troy as local causality and the 25 layers of Troy, and the modern being the 25th. And Schliemann not wanting to excavate before Hitlerian revolution, because Troy would have destroyed the revolution, would have not been able to be culturally united, and then military determined, because it would have to be neutral. So it wouldn't be imperial transformation of Austria-Hungary to German enemy. Again, they were enemies. Napoleonismus, the very interesting things about Napoleonismus was when the Tsar, like Crimea and the Baltic Sea, and the yin and the yang, the I Ching and the Kabbalah, the copy of the Tao and the Ching, the transformation of the East in the pictograms, and the metamorphosis of the Herculean good men transforms the new Helios police. The Heliopolitan, this is why when Julius Caesar went to Cleopatra, he saw the patrimony of Osiris as uniting with the patria of the Roman Judaic God, Christian God union. Julius Caesar was a genius. Pompey, logically, was forced by the Ptolemaic Empire to be beheaded. Saint-Just was placed on Tchaikovsky and Eastern Bloc in Washington. The playing of archetypal beheading of existing regalia presidential and etc. Even Salvin Rab died while in my arms. The transformation of death syndrome, Cardinal Casaroli, the same, was that it was a third party who was brought in by the unknown contention of me being the shield of Achilles, the Apollonian force allowing the concave element to be controlled, me honing the power of the mysterious, not God, but the man himself, the riddle of the Sphinx, ADOLF BENTZA, the painter, the genuine article, the organism of the sociology. That's why modern sociologists are turncoats in Russia, China, not China, but America, because they're just the same makeup of the sensibility would shift political strategies, political systems from fascism, socialism, or imperialism to fascism to socialism to fascism, etc. The effort here in J.P. Morgan scheme, bailing out America from the debt before World War I, and then after Americans won the World War, quote-unquote World War, he wanted the Treasury, the police, and the government said no. So he gave it to the NVKD, and they robbed Fort Knox in historically in the Al-Qaeda uniforms practiced by Edward Kukan in Somalia, being the absolute double standard victim and co-painter of these Kubaki, Bunraku, no theater, Jacobean theaters of the Trajan three masks of the triage, black ops, white ops, neutral ops, grey ops, the three faces of not God and science, syllogismus, not Platonic, Neo-Apollonian Marco Polo. Marco Polo FBI, I'm speaking to Marco. Get the agent to do the transformation of the storage of Getsy's paintings in the Russian mafia, Ukrainian, Albanian mafia. It's a gold mine for the art dealer. We're coming to the point of this transformation. It'll be able to be organized because the categories in optological triage, trilogical Troy, and the science triage of syllogismus of scientific research, experiment, Pavlovian, socio, and psychological individual, labrat extinction, extraction, manipulation, by a master economics and abstractionist Karol Getzy, a master political scientist Abelovsky, and of course a master painter Adolf Bentzza, who transformed it in the theaters, curtains, the revolutionary curtains in presidential palaces from Kurdistan, Vladivostok, Kazakhstan, Pakistan, all the way to Crimea, Armenia, Bulgaria, Kosovo, Srebrenica, Vienna, Bratislava, Czech Republic, Prague, etc. And of course the French, Paris, Grenoble, French Plato Rome, and the Fulbright Bologna, Columbia, Oxford tautology of Adolf Bentzza between Palermo and Milano, the Dodonia, Acorn, the Stanford professor, the father of American modern history, the son Acorn, and Dodo Bentzza, the Konast Film Festival, she's my cousin, the shepherds of the BENCA, the Greek and Bukhazi, how he tried to manipulate it. I wasn't related when my parents and grandparents died in the Holocaust. The women stayed in the BENCA residence, spelled in Greek, K-A. The C-A my father put. My grandfather's name was BENCA in the Austro-Hungarian Empire, was T-Z-A. BENCA, Rudolf, Adolf, Hubert, Johann, and 13 ADOLF BENTZA all the way to the Benchis. And the BENCA, they were all Spanish generals. That's why Rome at the time was the Spanish Roman Caesarist to ecclesiastic BENCA. My father did this. My point being, it's archetypally in the anthropis of these triages of the universal genius and the encyclopedic. But of course, the most predominant thing is I'm a painter, so I reflect the tautological transformation in the macro metamorphosis for the gallery of the modern metamorphosis, for the pro bono publicum, for the people to see. The unfinished thoughts made visible at the Whitney and Museum Modern Art, in all modern museums in the world. Adolf Bentza, Fulbright, painter of modern time.